Let's see how to finish an outdoor study, a watercolor study that was just way too loose, not enough definition, and I still had the impression in my mind. So let's start from the beginning. Okay, so I've just come back from a canoe trip, and on that canoe trip we stopped by. Of course, we were jumping off a pontoon into the river, and I was doing a couple of studies such as this, and then from the same place on a more watery paper that I dipped into the river, this one. And at the end of the trip, while we were waiting for the rest of the crew to come back with the car that we dropped off at the upper end of the trip, at the beginning, we took the time with a friend of mine and we were just studying some of that sunset riverside. Right hand side that we were actually sitting on was sunlit, and then the other side slightly behind was already in the shadow because this was at the end of the day. This is the little spray can that I brought with me, and what I will be doing, because this is quite a bit just a very quick hazy version of what I was doing there, I'm going to have a second go on top of this. What you see here is white gouache. This is my small kit, watercolor kit. This is another small watercolor kit that I put together with, again, white gouache in the place of that way too thin watercolor brush that the kit comes with. And also I swapped some of the colors because this is not a very good quality kit to start with. And I did a study of each one of the colors at home. I really like colors that come off easily, and I don't need to fight with the color as I work with them. So these were the sunlit tree trunks. On the right hand side. Especially where you see darker backgrounds, or if at any one point your painting ends up being too dark, fear not, panic not, because that is the very place where you can put lovely, nice, light colored objects in front. In this case, that's going to be some branches, and if the background is a different and lighter color, then the exact same color will add those branch designs as a slightly darker and not too contrasting design for the branches. Now, of course, every single time you paint a tree, there is a chance that you would probably have a bit of a reflection in the river. So that's good. And as you see, I do have a couple of those almost, they are not really holes in the painting, but the sky behind as it peeks through the branches. And also the way I use the brush, please note, I'm not just using the tip all the time. You have the whole length of the brush. And what I would do here is just to get a little bit of that the sky reflecting in the water. Now what I would love to do is to add a little bit more of the green, that light, warm, yellowy green, which was the sunset green of the closer group of trees. So I'm going to add that. And a bit of definition as well, because anything that's closer to you will have more definition. That means sharper outlines. The warm colors will be just more, generally more warm colors, and also warmer than on that other group behind. And you probably by now you should be able to see that these tree patterns up close, they are jumping out compared to the other side, the other shore. All right. I'm working with a water brush, but when I was in the canoe, I was using this mop, as well as occasionally these Teflon brushes. I will need to restore them slightly, because as you see, this is just how I chugged everything into a waterproof bag, and we were off to our base camp again. Now, because the sun is coming from this direction, anything on the left-hand side will be sunlit. The same clump or cluster of leaves on the right-hand side will be darker and slightly cooler, so you can work on that as well. These are my blues. I might add a little bit of blue and just add a bit more definition here. Yeah. All right. I think I might add a little bit more blue here. The way I'm adding these dots is not entirely random. It's essentially I'm breaking up big clumps of just the patterns. I'm trying to recreate the patterns that I have seen there in real life. And also the smaller dots, your eyes will connect the dots, so you can add more colors than what you saw on the spot. You can trust the viewer to make up the missing bits. Okay. And now what I want to add is just a little bit of that yellowy, warm, those greeny mustard colors reflecting in the water, because they were there. They were definitely there. And if you have something glowing up here like this, you want to add them in the reflection as well. Okay. So I think this is it. This is how I would finish a study, a very random, very loose, watery study, while the impression is still fresh in my mind. Thank you for being with me, and go ahead and do likewise. So this is my watercolor box that I bring with me, and you have seen me finish a painting that I started outdoors on the side of a river. Let me know what else you would like me to do, and I will do it and show you in the next video. Please subscribe and share. Thank you. See you soon.